It is Super Tuesday, and voters in 10 states are deciding who they want to face off against President Obama this fall.
Tori Dunn joins us now from Columbus, Ohio. And Tori, tonight's results are the most important so far.
Mark and Krista, you guys have that right. The polls will start closing within the hour, and then we'll start getting some of the results from some of those states. There's a lot on the line, though, for these four candidates. Let's start with Mitt Romney, though, because expectations are definitely the highest for him. What he's trying to do tonight is move from that front-runner status to the inevitable nominee. He's hoping for big victories in key states like Ohio and Tennessee to help him seal the deal. Then there's Rick Santorum. He's trying to stay in the top tier and prove that his 15 minutes are not up yet. But you have to remember, he's lost the past 5 contests to Mitt Romney. Then there's Newt Gingrich. He hasn't had a victory since that big South Carolina win about 6 weeks ago. For Newt Gingrich, he's expected to do well in his home state of Georgia. But then the big question is, can he do well in some of these other states voting tonight? Finally, there's Ron Paul. He has this passionate following. He's got a lot of campaign cash, but so far it just hasn't been enough for him. He wants something positive to happen to turn around his campaign. Now, one thing is clear. Those 3 candidates definitely see Mitt Romney as a front-runner, so they've stopped holding things back. Here's what they're saying.
A flip-flopper who's been on all sides, supported TARP bailouts, and provided the blueprint for Obamacare.
He will be the weakest candidate we could possibly put forward on the most important issue of today.
He can't close the deal. And he can't close the deal in part because people inherently don't trust what he's saying.
So, Mark and Krista, you have some of the candidates starting to talk about expectations for tonight. Mitt Romney is saying that they just hope to gather delegates and they feel like they're on their way to the path to the nomination. And then Rick Santorum's campaign is trying to lower expectations. They're now saying that they feel like if they can even get close to Romney here in Ohio, that they consider it to be a win.
Hey, Tori, let's run through some of the basics. It's not the biggest Super Tuesday we've ever seen, but there's still a lot at stake today. What are some of the states we want to focus on tonight?
Well, Mark, that's a good point. Not the biggest Super Tuesday, but a lot of delegates nevertheless. We're talking about 419 delegates up for grabs. And to put that into perspective for you, that's 37% of the delegates needed to clinch the Republican nomination. There are 10 different states voting: Alaska, Idaho, Massachusetts, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Vermont, and Virginia. But the big 3 are Ohio, Tennessee, and Georgia. And the reason being, those states are really the most competitive and offer up the biggest prizes when we talk about delegates. Mark and Krista.
All right. Thanks, Tori Dunn, live for us this evening.
We'll be right back.